Lastly, for our news today, before we get into the big DC news, we have Let's Make Josh Happy segment, also known as Nosferatu Update. That thing that we swore probably didn't actually exist or would never actually happen, but now we're getting more and more cast members added to it, and now we have arguably, if we didn't already cast Nosferatu himself, this would be a good choice. But you say Nosferatu, you say Robert Eggers, that makes Josh happy. You throw out Willem Dafoe, and Josh is really happy he's sitting down right now because this just... We thought The Northman was made for Josh. Nosferatu is really made for Josh here. Although,
but like,
Anya Taylor-Joy left the project due to scheduling conflicts. That would have made it like Uber Josh, but...
So here's the thing. I think we called it too, though. After the Northman, I was like, hey, that means he's done with the Northman. He's going to do Nosferatu now. And you were like, nah, I don't know. I don't think that'll ever happen. I was like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And now it like actually is happening, which is crazy to me, especially with like, I guess it's not surprising that William Dafoe is involved. Dafoe just likes like people like Robert Eggers and Wes Anderson who don't do movies just a little bit differently than everybody else. And so it's not really that surprising to me that Dafoe is going to end up being cast in this and being involved in a Robert Eggers movie.
Now, I joked at the beginning, but God, he would have been a perfect Nosferatu just because he's got that creepy grin. But if he is not, because he's not, that's Skarsgard, because he's also got a creepy face. I can see him being like a Renfield type of like he has served.
God.
He would work even better as a Renfield of like he works for Nosferatu and has for decades upon decades of suckering people in.
God. If we get him being like oh geez, what is the guy's name? Igor from Young Frankenstein. If we get like a William Dafoe being Igor in the Nosferatu movie, is like perfect. I'm here for it. Where he's like always. I mean, maybe I'm just hoping for more Young Frankenstein, but like William Dafoe being looking at Nosferatu and being like, "What hump?" is like that visual to me is so funny.
And honestly, one, he's done funny stuff before, but he's played like darkly humorous characters before. Because in The Northman, he's kind of a dark comedy-ish character. Like he's got some campiness to him. Well, like how the character's introduced in The Northman, you're going, that's a visual I didn't need to see from Willem Dafoe.
It's so funny. I love that. I might go rewatch Northman just for that.
Just that one scene.
Just that one scene. Or him fighting the ghost knight. That was so cool. I love that scene as well.
It's because Josh just loved the Northman.
It was a solid 6. Okay, it's not.
Oh wow.
Okay. I guess I need to say this. I don't think I've ever said it on the pod. The Northman was fine. I love some of the visuals. The acting is fantastic. It is weird. Like I want my medieval stuff to be. However, you telling me this man was presented with the opportunity to settle down with Anna Taylor-Joy and like create a family and create a life that he never had, but instead was like, nah, revenge and a naked.
I'm a naked Spider-Man on a volcano.
On a volcano sounds better. Like, come on, dude. Like the whole movie to me was him building to this realization that revenge isn't everything and it's not going to settle things. And then especially when it's revealed like what his mother did. But then he's like, nah, revenge is everything. It's like, come on, dude. Okay. And to be fair, that is the only reason it's so low. Because for the most part, I enjoyed the movie. It's very weird. It's kind of like why I like The Green Knight was enjoyable to me too. It was still weird, but like, the thing that does it for me in The Green Knight is that it doesn't necessarily. I both like that it doesn't beat all of the subliminal messaging over your head, but at the same time I was like I kind of would have liked some direction or just some idea of like, okay, what was that? You gotta like at least give me some context, but it doesn't do that. Anyway, all that to say, I'm excited for William Dafoe in Nosferatu.
So, like, we joke that Nosferatu is, like, made for Josh just because it's a whole bunch of recipes into a pie that he would very much enjoy. But also, like, this is a pie that I very much need in my life as well. Just because as we talked about last week with our best of the 90s, one of my favorite Tim Burton movies ever made is Sleepy Hollow, and that is 100% down to the aesthetics, and Robert Eggers knows aesthetics. Like, you can just see the Vavitch and the Northman and Lighthouse and just go, this man loves his drab color palettes and his realism. Also, like, looking at his previous track record, this movie's going to be called The Nosferatu, which... I don't actually hate that. I don't.
I kind of really like that.
The Nosferatu, and it'll shoot it in 4:3 like an old film reel. It's just shot for shot. Nosferatu always has such a good aesthetic. Like, I even have seen the Klaus Kinski version, and the opening for that I think is perfect. Just give me Robert Eggers doing spoopy, and I am there. Like, Robert Eggers with a creepy castle with some fog rolling in, just on a loop for 2 hours, like a moving screensaver, and I will still enjoy it.
I will be surprised, honestly, if he does this in color. I would not be like, I'm expecting
if it's in black and white, ooh, baby, a triple.
Yeah, I would like do like if that happens, I have to come. We have to watch this together. Like that, like it's like the perfect amalgamation of both of our love. Like the
and
kinds
only
of
one of us is gonna like
love.
it.
Honestly, like the way like Robert Eggers movies, as much as like I love the amount of creativity and detail he puts into them, you either love them or you hate them. There's no like they're not those kinds of movies that like have a mass appeal.
They're not fun. Like, they're not fun.
They're like an A24 movie. Like A24 movies are not for everybody, but the people who like them love them.